Hey loves, welcome to Twin Soul Guidance. My name is Blue. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, and thank you so much for joining our spiritual community today. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back, my dear friend. It's always a blessing to connect with you again. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into tonight's message, which I'm really excited to share with you all. Tonight I'm bringing you a powerful love message directly from your person's heart space. We're going to explore how they're currently feeling about you, how they're viewing you and your connection, and any urgent messages they need you to hear right now. We're going to dive into the depths of their mind, their emotions, and the spiritual experiences they're having around you. This is going to be a journey through their consciousness, through their soul, through their daily experience of being drawn to you. And I have a feeling this message is going to resonate deeply with many of you because the energy coming through is so specific, so detailed, so vivid. So let's dive deep into this energy and see what's coming through for you. The first thing I'm picking up on is incredibly strong divine feminine. Someone has a really powerful opinion about you at this time, and the words secret admirer keep coming through so clearly, so loudly, so insistently that I cannot ignore it. There is someone who is admiring you right now in this very moment, and this could be happening either in a virtual space or in person. But the fact that they have the ability to watch you and admire you means this is someone in your immediate environment, someone who has access to your energy on a regular or semi-regular basis, someone who exists in your world right now. Maybe you're part of some type of community. This could be in a professional setting like an office, a workplace, a business environment where you see the same people regularly. This could be via social media where you're part of a group, a community, a platform where this person observes your posts, your comments, your energy. This could be a class you're taking, whether that's a fitness class, an educational course, a workshop, something where you show up regularly. This could be a gym you attend where you have a routine and they've noticed your patterns. This could be a coffee shop you frequent where you're a regular and they've become attuned to your schedule. This could be a spiritual community, a church, a meditation group, a book club, any gathering where people come together regularly. But I'm getting this very clear image of a group of people, and in this group there's this bright spotlight shining on one person, illuminating them, making them stand out from everyone else, and you are that person, divine feminine. You are the one being highlighted. You are the one drawing the attention. You are the one that this masculine cannot take their eyes off of. It's almost like you're standing out from a group in a way that's undeniable, in a way that's magnetic, in a way that's completely natural and effortless on your part. You're not trying to stand out. You're not performing. You're not putting on a show. You're just being yourself, and that's enough. This could be a group setting within your professional world where maybe you work with a team, you attend meetings, you collaborate with colleagues. This could be a community that you're part of, a social circle where you have friends and acquaintances, but something about it is deeply connected to your immediate environment. It's not someone far away that you met once at a conference 3 years ago. It's not someone you matched with on a dating app and never met. This is current, this is present, this is happening right now in your life. And this masculine is watching you because they just know. I keep getting this person repeating this phrase over and over in their mind after they see you, after they engage with you, after they walk away from an interaction. I just know, I just know, I just know. And it's interesting because they might not know exactly what they know. They might not be able to articulate it fully, but there's this deep gut level certainty that you are important, that you matter, that you're different from everyone else they encounter. There's a huge difference between how your person engages with this group or community when you're not there versus when you are there. When you're absent, they're just going through the motions. They're present, they're functional, they're doing what they need to do, they're checking boxes, fulfilling obligations, going through their routine. But when you enter the space, when you walk into the room, when you log online, when you show up, everything shifts for them. The energy in the room shifts for them. Their awareness shifts. Their consciousness shifts. It's like their nervous system wakes up. Their senses heighten. They become more alert, more present, more alive. You're doing something that is really affecting the way this masculine feels in your presence. And this is something internal, something happening beneath the surface, something that others might not notice, because it honestly feels like they're admiring you and watching you and studying you in a way that may fly completely under the radar. They've mastered the art of watching you without being obvious about it. They've learned to be subtle, to be discreet, to observe without staring, to pay attention without making it obvious. There could be a large group of people around. Maybe it's a meeting with 20 people. Maybe it's a social gathering with 50 people. Maybe it's an online community with hundreds or thousands of members, and your person could be perceived to be just involved in the group or speaking to a lot of people, engaging with multiple individuals, laughing, talking, appearing completely normal and social and present with others, but their energy is focused entirely on you. It's like they've developed this dual awareness, this split consciousness, where they can be present with others, can carry on conversations, can appear engaged, while simultaneously being completely tuned into your frequency, your energy, your presence. You may notice that this person asks you a lot of questions. They may be very curious about your opinions, your thoughts, your perspectives on things, your experiences, your background, your interests. It's almost like they're singling your energy out in a way that's not very noticeable to others in this group setting. They've learned to be strategic about it. They might ask the group a question, "What does everyone think about this?" But they're really waiting to hear what you specifically have to say. They might be having a conversation with someone else, nodding along, responding appropriately, but the moment you speak, even if you're across the room, even if you're talking to someone else, their attention shifts, their focus moves to you. They're listening to your voice, they're tracking your energy. This is subtle, this is nuanced, this is sophisticated, but it's happening. And if you're really paying attention, you might catch it. You might notice the way their body turns slightly toward you when you speak. You might notice how they pause mid-sentence when you enter the room. You might notice how they seem to know things about you that you don't remember telling them. This message may be extremely specific for some of you, and I'm getting that some of you watching this are going to have very clear recognition of who this person is as I continue to describe this energy. But what's coming through so clearly is that this person will not stop probing your energy field. They will not stop asking questions about you, either directly to you or indirectly through observation or through asking others. They may even be asking questions to people around you to get more information on you, who you are, what you like, what you do, your background, your story, your relationship status, your interests, your values. They're gathering intelligence, divine feminine. They're building a profile of you in their mind, collecting data, piecing together a picture of who you are, and they're doing it carefully, strategically, so as not to reveal their true level of interest, because they just know that they're supposed to merge with you, that your connection is going to go further than being a professional connection or whatever the current dynamic is between you. There's something about your relationship that they feel is going to change, is going to evolve, is going to transform into something more. And maybe they even feel weird for feeling this way. Maybe they're questioning themselves, wondering if they're reading too much into things, if they're imagining this connection, if they're projecting, if they're being delusional, but the feeling won't go away. It persists. It grows stronger with each interaction, with each day, with each time they see you. It's not fading. It's not diminishing. It's intensifying. Maybe you're not even aware that this masculine is so focused on your energy because they have a way of engaging you that you may not even pick up on. They've learned to mask their true intentions, to hide the intensity of their interest behind casual conversation and group dynamics and professional demeanor. But this person is definitely interested, and it definitely feels like they have been watching you for a while, whether virtually or in person. This isn't a new development. This isn't something that just started last week. This has been building over time. They've been observing you, learning you, studying you. I keep getting specifically that they have singled you out of a group, and this is significant. This is important. Think about it. If you're in a professional setting with dozens of colleagues, or a social media community with hundreds or thousands of members, or a physical space with many people, and this person has zeroed in on you specifically out of all these options, that tells you something profound about the nature of this connection. Out of all the people they could focus on, all the people they interact with, all the options available to them, they chose you. Your energy called to them. Your frequency matched something in them. This person may show you favoritism in subtle ways. Maybe they always respond to your comments or messages first, even if others commented before you. Maybe they always make time for you even when they're busy or overwhelmed or have a full schedule. Maybe they remember details about your life that surprise you. They remember you mentioned your cat's name 3 weeks ago. They remember you said you like a certain kind of coffee. They remember a story you told about your childhood. There's something about the dynamic that they're creating in their mind with you that is like a huge indicator of their interest, and this is happening whether you're aware of it or not. Now, the next message coming through is intense, divine feminine, and I want you to really feel into this, because this is about what's happening inside this person's mind and heart. This person is thinking, this is terrifying. Oh my goodness, whoever this person is, they're feeling a range of emotions when it comes to you. Everything from excitement to confusion to fear to anticipation to nervousness to exhilaration. And I'm getting that it's not even something you're doing intentionally. You're not trying to make them feel this way. You're not playing games. You're not being manipulative. You're not using tactics or strategies. This is just how you are making them feel, by simply existing, by simply being yourself, by simply showing up as you are in your authenticity. This message is definitely picking up on your person's internal energy, the emotional storms they're experiencing behind closed doors, in private moments when they're alone with their thoughts. When they walk into a room and see you, when they engage you, when they speak to you, when they make eye contact with you, they may have this ability to appear very calm, very cool, very relaxed, very composed on the outside. They might even seem disinterested to some observers. They might appear to be treating you the same as everyone else, but the fact that you're even making them feel this way internally is completely terrifying to them. There's this massive disconnect between their external presentation and their internal reality, and managing this disconnect is exhausting for them. It's draining. It requires constant vigilance, constant self-monitoring. They're essentially living a double life, the version of themselves that the world sees, the mask they wear in public, and the version of themselves that's completely undone by your presence, that's falling apart on the inside, that's questioning everything they thought they knew about themselves. What's even more terrifying to this person is the fact that maybe they never saw themselves being the type of masculine who would admire someone from afar. This goes against their self-concept, their identity, who they believe themselves to be, the story they tell themselves about who they are. Maybe they're very assertive in other areas of their life. Maybe they're a leader at work, someone who takes charge, someone who makes things happen, someone who doesn't hesitate. Maybe they're confident in social situations, outgoing, the life of the party. Maybe they're successful, accomplished, used to getting what they want. Maybe in the past, when they would find interest in a divine feminine, when they would feel attracted to someone, when they would notice someone they liked, they would walk right up to the person without thinking twice, introduce themselves confidently, make their intentions known clearly, be a little bit more direct and forward and assertive. They're used to being the pursuer, the initiator, the one who makes the first move without hesitation, without fear, without second-guessing themselves. But for some reason, when it comes to your energy, when it comes to you specifically, This person has been relentlessly just admiring you from a distance, watching you from afar, observing you without approaching, and it's kind of throwing them off because it's almost like they're questioning why they are afraid to approach you, why they are afraid to engage you more directly, why their usual confidence has disappeared, why they're suddenly acting like a teenager with a crush. They're experiencing a version of themselves they don't recognize, and that's disorienting. It's humbling, it's confusing, it's frustrating. They might be asking themselves constantly, who am I? Why am I acting this way? What is it about this person that has me so paralyzed? Why can't I just walk up and talk to them like I normally would with anyone else? What's wrong with me? And they might even be hard on themselves about it, judging themselves, criticizing themselves for their hesitation, for their fear, for their uncertainty. It almost feels like this group setting, or this environment, this community that you're in, makes this person feel a little bit more comfortable about their feelings, because it's almost like they get the best of both worlds. They're able to see you, they're able to be near you, they're able to engage you, they're able to speak to you and really pay attention to you and watch you in a way that flies under the radar, in a way that gives them plausible deniability, in a way that allows them to say, I was just being friendly, or I was just being professional, or I was just being part of the group if anyone questioned them. But they also have the comfort of this community or group so that their energy is not the standalone energy, so that they're not putting themselves out there alone, so that you don't pick up on any awkward cues or them looking at you a certain way, or you don't view them probing or asking questions as being weird or inappropriate or crossing boundaries. The group provides them with cover, with protection, with camouflage, with an excuse to be near you without being obvious, without being vulnerable, without putting their heart on the line. And just the fact that the energy is coming through this way, just the fact that they need this protection, I think that's the thing that really scares this masculine, because maybe they never needed a crutch when it came to feminine energy. They never needed training wheels. They never needed safety nets. They never needed to hide behind group dynamics. Again, they're coming through as someone who's very direct, very bold, very confident in romantic situations, typically. If they see someone they like, they go right after this person. They don't really sit and wait. They don't play games. They don't overthink it. They don't let fear stop them. But for some reason, your energy or the way you make them feel when you're in their presence is just terrifying to them. Maybe this is the word they're using to describe it in their own mind, in their own internal dialogue, because it's just really, really intense. There's like a visceral, physical reaction to seeing your face or engaging you in what should be a very normal, mundane way. Because while everyone else is just engaging you and having normal conversation, small talk, surface level interactions, talking about the weather or work or weekend plans, they're engaging you while also knowing that this is only the beginning, while also envisioning your connection going to another place entirely, while seeing the potential, the possibilities, the future. They're seeing scenarios in their mind, what it would be like to take you to dinner, what your laugh sounds like when you're really relaxed and comfortable, what it would feel like to hold your hand, what conversations you could have at 2 a.m. when the masks come off. They're imagining scenarios, possibilities, potential timelines where you and they are something more, something deeper, something significant, something real. And carrying this dual awareness while trying to appear normal, while trying to act casual, while trying to seem unaffected is absolutely terrifying to them. It's exhausting. It's like living 2 lives simultaneously. If this message speaks to you, a super thanks of $20, $30, or whatever you like is a beautiful way to support the channel and help me continue sharing guidance from the heart. This energy may be very, very specific for some of you because there's such emphasis on this group, this community, this collective setting, It really feels like this is in a professional setting for many of you, some type of community, whether virtually or in person. And the dynamics of professional or community settings are interesting because there are often social rules, boundaries, expectations about appropriate behavior, unspoken codes of conduct. Your person might be feeling constrained by these social parameters, these invisible rules, wondering how to navigate their feelings within the context of these external structures and expectations, these professional boundaries or community norms. They might be thinking, is it appropriate to ask them out since we work together? What will people think? Will it make things awkward if they're not interested? Could this affect my professional reputation? What if I misread the signals? All of these concerns are running through their mind, creating additional layers of fear and hesitation on top of the terror they already feel about the intensity of their feelings. Now, the next message that's coming through is powerful and somewhat shocking, and I want you to really hear this, Divine Feminine. The message is, you wrecked my life. Divine Feminine, I don't know what it is that you're doing to this person, but more importantly, I don't think you know what you're doing to this person. I don't think you have any idea of the impact you're having, the waves you're creating in their reality. For some of you, you don't even know what you're doing to this person. You're just living your life, showing up as yourself, being authentic, following your routine, pursuing your interests, and apparently that's enough to completely disrupt someone else's reality, to turn their world upside down. But it's almost like you're both having the same experience, existing in the same energetic space, breathing the same air, occupying the same environments. But the way you're viewing this experience versus the way this masculine is viewing it is completely different. You might be experiencing this as a pleasant connection, a nice acquaintance, a friendly colleague, a familiar face in your environment, someone you exchange pleasantries with, someone you see regularly but don't think much about. But they're experiencing it as life-altering, as earth-shattering, as reality-shifting. For some of you, you may have a hint that this person has taken a liking to you. You know that they're very fond of you. You could pick up on their energy, especially if you're really intuitive, especially if you're sensitive to energetic shifts and changes in people's behavior around you. If you notice subtle cues and micro expressions, you might have noticed that they act differently with you than with others. You might have picked up on lingering glances, on the way their voice changes when they speak to you. Maybe it gets softer, maybe it gets more animated, maybe there's a warmth that's not there with other people. You might have noticed how they always seem to be nearby, how they somehow end up standing next to you in group situations, how they gravitate toward you naturally. But for others, I'm getting you have no clue whatsoever. You're completely oblivious. You're going about your life without any awareness that someone is having this intense internal experience around you. You might even think this person doesn't like you or is indifferent to you because they've gotten so good at hiding their true feelings, at maintaining their mask, at keeping their composure. But clearly, this masculine is not only watching you because they admire you, they're also watching you because they've grown suspicious of your energy. And I know that might sound strange, but let me explain what I'm picking up on here. You are completely unaware of this, but this person has been going through a lot of changes since they started feeling this magnetic pull towards you. Their life has been transforming in ways they can't fully explain or understand or articulate to anyone else, even if they wanted to. Maybe they think that the universe is testing them through this connection with you, putting them through some kind of spiritual trial or initiation, or the natural energy and flow of their life has just really been off recently. Things that used to work don't work anymore. Patterns that used to bring them comfort now feel empty or hollow or meaningless. Relationships that used to satisfy them now feel superficial or inadequate. Their priorities are shifting. Their values are changing. Their perspective on life is evolving. This is also why this masculine may feel like it's terrifying, not only because of how they're reacting to you and your interactions versus how they interact with everyone else, not only because of this loss of control and composure, but more so what's happening as a result of this bond, of them feeling this pull to you and what's happening to them behind the scenes, behind closed doors, in their private life. The internal shifts, the life changes, the disruptions to their normal routine and reality, because anytime this energy comes through, it points to a person who cannot catch a break, who feels like their life has been turned upside down, who's experiencing synchronicity after synchronicity, sign after sign, disruption after disruption. When they appear in front of you, divine feminine, they may seem pleasant, they may seem normal, they may seem like they have it all together, like everything is fine, like they're doing great. But behind the scenes, there is something happening that they feel is either out of this world or supernatural or spiritual or just completely unusual and unexplainable. It's gotten to the point where they feel like they're being tested by a higher power, like they're going through some kind of spiritual initiation or awakening or dark night of the soul, like forces beyond their understanding or at work in their life. And the reason they've grown suspicious of you, the reason they're watching you so closely, is because all of this is aligning with your energy somehow. The timing is too perfect. The correlation is too obvious to ignore. The moment they started admiring you, the moment they started mentally preparing themselves to see you, the moment they started thinking about you more frequently, the moment you became a focal point in their consciousness, everything else in their life started shifting, changing, transforming. It's like they would be in your company, enjoying an interaction with you, feeling good, and then when they would go home, when they would leave that space, something would happen, something supernatural, something spiritual, something unexplainable that they can't rationalize away. Maybe they're seeing repeated number sequences everywhere they look, on clocks, on license plates, on receipts, on building numbers. Maybe they're having vivid dreams about you or about themes related to you, dreams that feel more real than waking life, dreams that stay with them all day. Maybe they're experiencing déjà vu repeatedly, feeling like they've lived moments before, like they're remembering the future. Maybe things in their life are breaking down, relationships ending, jobs changing, health issues arising, old patterns being forced to break. Or maybe things are breaking through, sudden insights, creative breakthroughs, spiritual awakening, new opportunities appearing. Maybe they're having profound realizations about their life path, their purpose, their past relationships, their future direction, who they really are beneath the masks they wear. They may not really know consciously that it's connected to you, that you're the catalyst, that you're the trigger for all of this transformation. But it's like all roads are pointing to you. Everything is pointing to you at this time. Every sign, every synchronicity, every disruption, when they trace it back, when they look for the origin point, it seems to originate from the moment you entered their awareness, from the moment they really saw you for the first time. I'm also getting something here about the timing of this unfolding that's significant, that's adding another layer to their confusion and fear. Not only are they confused about why, out of everyone else they've encountered in their life, out of all the people they meet and interact with regularly, they're experiencing this really weird energy behind the scenes, but they're also wondering why it's happening now, why at this point in their life, why when they might have other priorities or responsibilities, why when they might not feel ready for this kind of transformation, why when they thought they had everything figured out. So not only do they find this strange and unusual and outside their normal experience, but they also find it inconvenient and poorly timed. Again, this could be tapping into a masculine who, before you entered the picture, before you showed up in their reality, had a routine, a structure, a life that made sense to them, that felt stable and predictable and manageable. Everything was in its place. They knew what to expect. They had their patterns and rhythms down. Life was comfortable, even if it wasn't particularly exciting or fulfilling. maybe you're a new addition to this group or to this setting in some way. Maybe you just started this job. Maybe you just joined this community. Maybe you just moved to this area, or maybe you were always there, but they only recently really noticed you, really saw you, really became aware of you as a person rather than just another face in the crowd. And everything was flowing naturally in their world before this, but you are the energy that got added to the equation. You're the variable that changed everything. You're the catalyst that disrupted their stability. Ever since then, everything has just been out of control, and it's making them very, very suspicious in a way that's almost comical if it wasn't so intense and disruptive for them. If you notice that this person is trying to speak to you, trying to engage you more than seems necessary for the context, having longer conversations with you than with others, finding excuses to interact with you, it's almost like they're trying to figure out who you are or what it is that you're doing to them without actually doing anything to them. They're investigating. They're researching, they're trying to solve the mystery of you, to crack the code, to understand the puzzle. This energy is very, very interesting because there's this detective quality to their observations of you, this analytical approach combined with this emotional overwhelm. But this person definitely has a gut feeling that you're the cause of everything that's happening to them, that you're somehow responsible for this life upheaval, but they cannot prove it. They have no evidence. They have nothing concrete. They can't go to anyone and say this person is spiritually disrupting my life because that sounds crazy. They just have this strong intuitive knowing that you are somehow at the center of all these changes and disruptions, that you're the eye of the storm. That's also the part that is terrifying. The knowing without being able to prove it, the certainty without confirmation, the feeling without facts. But when they sit back and think about the way their life is unfolding, when they review the timeline of events, when they map out what's been happening, you're the only person that they can really direct this energy toward. They've ruled out everything else. They've considered other explanations: stress, fatigue, planetary retrogrades, family issues, work pressure, but everything keeps coming back to you. You're the common denominator. Something about this is extremely specific. I keep getting that word specific, so this could be pointing back to a specific date that you met this person, a specific date that you entered their world or their community or this environment. Maybe it's a date that you would remember your first day at work, your first meeting, your first interaction, or maybe it's a date that only they remember because it marked the beginning of their internal transformation, the day their life changed, even though nothing externally seemed different. But what's clear to them, Divine Feminine, is that it's you. You are the catalyst. You are the cause. You are the source of this energy. They have completely singled you out of this group, not just romantically or emotionally, but spiritually. They've identified you as the key to understanding what's happening to them, even if they can't fully articulate it yet. Now, the next message coming through is about eye contact, and this is really powerful, really significant. The message I'm hearing is our eye contact is rare, and this is the main reason why you're being singled out. It's because your person really, really wishes that you knew what you do to them when they see you, when they look you in your eyes, when your gazes meet, even for a brief second, even for a fleeting moment. I'm really getting this energy of you just stopping this person dead in their tracks, literally freezing them in place, immobilizing them, and them feeling things that they shouldn't be feeling or that just don't make sense at all given the context of your relationship. Given the fact that you might be colleagues or acquaintances or people who don't know each other that well. They feel like they're being seen, truly seen perhaps, for the first time in their life. Not seen for what they do, not seen for their accomplishments or their role or their status, but seen for who they actually are beneath all of that, seen at a soul level. And that level of visibility is both exhilarating and terrifying. It's what they've always wanted, but also what they've always feared. but there's definitely been some type of activation when this masculine looks you in your eyes. Something happens on a cellular level, on a spiritual level, on an energetic level. It's not just attraction, it's not just chemistry, it's not just, wow, they have beautiful eyes. It's something deeper, something more profound, something that reaches into their soul and activates parts of themselves that have been dormant or hidden or suppressed for years, maybe their whole life. Parts of themselves they forgot existed, dreams they buried, desires they denied, their authentic self that they've been hiding behind masks and roles and expectations. I'm also getting that this is something that could be terrifying to them as well, and we're back to that theme of terror again, which keeps coming through so strongly, so insistently in this reading. So if you notice a shift in their demeanor, if there's one person in the group that went from being very communicative with you, very friendly, wanting to be in your energy, seeking you out, initiating conversations, just very engaging and present, but all of a sudden they're kind of withdrawn, they're pulling back, they're creating distance, they're being more reserved, they're avoiding you. It's because they're absolutely terrified of what they see when they look into your eyes, terrified of what they feel when they connect with you on that level. It's because the intensity is too much for them to handle on a consistent basis. It's overwhelming, it's destabilizing, it's like looking directly at the sun. They want to, but they also have to look away to protect themselves. It's almost like the eye contact is confirmation in some way that this connection is not going to be a normal connection, that this is not going to be something they can control or compartmentalize or keep casual or manage or contain. You're not just going to be their colleague that they make small talk with at the coffee machine. You're not just going to be their friend that they grab lunch with occasionally. You're not just going to be the person that they see during their daily routine or in this group setting, the familiar face they nod to in passing. They feel like you are someone to them, someone significant, someone important, someone who's going to change the trajectory of their life, someone who matters on a soul level. And that knowing comes through most powerfully when they look into your eyes, which is why they might be avoiding direct eye contact now if they've reached a certain threshold of fear or overwhelm. I'm getting very strongly with this eye contact that I'm picking up on third eye chakra energy, and this is really important to understand because this explains so much about what's happening here. When it comes to masculine energy, there are 7 ways for you to enter their world, 7 doorways through which connection can be established, 7 levels at which 2 people can meet and merge. And each of these ways is linked to a certain chakra, a certain energy center in the body, a certain frequency of connection. If it's by way of a lower chakra, speaking of the root or the sacral energy, the first 2 chakras located at the base of the spine and below the navel, you'll notice that there's a strong sexual, raw, very carnal attraction that the masculine feels towards you. It's physical, it's primal, it's instinctual, it's about the body. They want you on a physical level. They're attracted to your appearance, your physicality, your sensuality. It's chemistry, magnetism, desire. But when we're speaking about a more spiritual alignment, connecting to someone through the third eye, the 6th chakra located in the center of the forehead, associated with intuition, insight, and spiritual vision, it's all of that energy wrapped up into one and communicated to you with just a single look, with just one moment of eye contact. It's the physical attraction plus the emotional connection plus the mental compatibility plus the spiritual recognition all happening simultaneously in one moment. It's seeing someone's soul. It's recognizing someone you've known before, maybe in another life, maybe in another dimension. It's instant knowing that transcends logic and reason. This is what's terrifying to this person. This is why this person knows that you are special, that you are someone to them, that you are not like anyone else they've ever encountered in their entire life. This is why they can't just approach you casually like they would with anyone else. And this is why you are completely wrecking this masculine's life, because they definitely feel like they have met someone that is extremely important to their journey, their soul's path, their life purpose, their destiny. What's also really scary for them, especially with them being a masculine, is for them to feel this simply by looking at you, to receive this much information, this much confirmation, this much knowing from just eye contact. Masculine energy typically needs time, needs proof, needs tangible evidence, needs to analyze and assess and verify before making assessments or coming to conclusions. But this is instant knowing, and that goes against their usual way of processing information and making decisions. It's intuitive rather than logical. It's felt rather than thought. It's spiritual rather than practical. Divine Feminine, you have no idea. There is someone in very, very close proximity to you right now who just may be a person that you are going to engage with or merge with on a very, very deep level, possibly the deepest level you've ever experienced with another person in this lifetime. I feel like this reading is definitely taking you through their mental and emotional process behind the scenes of what it feels like to engage someone of your caliber, someone operating at your frequency, someone vibrating at your level. With this message about eye contact being rare, a lot is being communicated on a daily basis or whenever you come in contact with this person. Every glance carries information. Every moment your eyes meet is an exchange of energy, of data, of soul recognition, of frequencies aligning, of spirits communicating in a language beyond words. It's almost like every single time they look at you, they receive confirmation, another download, another piece of the puzzle, another layer of understanding. And this confirmation could be so strong and so pulling and so spiritual and so undeniable that this person may have even begun to avoid eye contact with you recently, to look away quickly, to keep their gaze averted, to focus on anything else in the room but you. This is how powerful it is, because in that moment when your eyes meet, they can literally feel a physical reaction to just looking at you. This could be heart chakra activations. Maybe their heart begins to race. Maybe they feel warmth or pressure or expansion in their chest. Maybe their breathing changes, becomes shallower or deeper or catches in their throat. Maybe they feel energy moving through their body, tingling, heat, electricity. But there's something about this energy that is both physical and emotional and spiritual all at once, a trinity of connection. They may be very sexually attracted to you on a physical level. You may be a divine feminine that is extremely beautiful in a conventional sense, fitting traditional beauty standards, or beautiful in your own unique way that captivates them specifically. But this is clearly a masculine who's not only interested in engaging you physically. Yes, they find you attractive. Yes, there's chemistry. Yes, there's desire. But this is someone that views you as the whole package, mind, body, and spirit. They're seeing all of you, the totality of who you are, the complete person, not just the surface. And they see you this way without even engaging you deeply, or having a one-on-one conversation with you, without knowing your full story, without having access to your inner world, without understanding all your complexities and contradictions and depths. It's almost like they've gathered all this information about you in a way that has gone completely under the radar, in a way that you haven't fully noticed or registered or understood. And they're doing this in hopes that they really won't stand out, that they won't reveal themselves, that they won't expose their vulnerability until something is confirmed about them, about this connection, until this deep knowing that they feel is confirmed as being accurate and not just their imagination or wishful thinking or delusion. Now, the next message I'm picking up on is your energy, Divine Feminine, and this is where the reading shifts, where we move from their perspective to yours, where we explore what you know about yourself and about this situation. I'm hearing, I understand your silence, Divine Feminine. I'm picking up on your energy with this message, and it's powerful, it's clear, it's confident. Whoever you are, you're probably sitting back and really trying to figure out who this person is. You might have some ideas, you might have some suspicions, you might have noticed certain behaviors or patterns that have caught your attention, you might have narrowed it down to a few possibilities. But regardless of that, regardless of whether you've identified this person or not, whether you know exactly who they are or you're still figuring it out, you know this about yourself. I'm getting very clearly that if you're resonating with this message, if this reading is speaking to your soul, you know that you are a catalyst. You know that you have this effect on people. You've seen it happen before. This is not your first time at this particular rodeo. You know that you're not like other people, that your energy operates differently, that you affect people in profound ways. On an even deeper level, on a soul level, you know that any masculine that engages your energy seriously, that really connects with you, that really sees you, that really opens themselves to you is going to be changed. They're going to be transformed. They're going to be activated. They're going to be awakened. You've seen it happen before. You've witnessed the transformations. You've watched people shift and evolve and awaken in your presence, sometimes gradually, sometimes suddenly. This is not new information to you on a soul level, even if your conscious mind sometimes forgets or downplays this truth about yourself, even if you sometimes question it or doubt it or wonder if it's really true. I feel like this is your response to coming into this information or maybe receiving confirmation about someone in your community or in your environment that you're picking up on these vibes from, that you're sensing this energy from. It's almost like you're sitting back thinking with a knowing smile, yeah, I understand your silence. I understand why you're hesitating. I understand why you're afraid. I understand why you're taking your time, why you're observing from a distance, why you're not rushing in, because you know who you are. But more importantly, I know who I am. I know what I do to people. I know what happens when someone really sees me. Whoever you are a literal walking portal. No one enters your life without being changed, without being transformed, without being activated in some way, without having their consciousness expanded, their awareness heightened, their spiritual sight opened. And I'm being drawn back to the energy of the chakras again. Maybe you have experienced this at the lowest level or by way of root level connections. People who came to you just for physical connection or surface level interaction or fleeting encounters, all the way up to the highest level, which is the more spiritual types of connections or bonds that you could establish with a person, the soulmate and twin flame level connections, the sacred unions, the divine partnerships. But either way, whether a masculine comes to you on any level, representing any energy through any chakra doorway, approaching from any direction, you know that you are going to change their life. This is just what happens when people enter your orbit, when they come into your field, when they connect with your frequency. And you're going to do this in a way that is deeply spiritual, that reaches into their soul and shakes something loose, that awakens parts of them that have been asleep but also irreversible. Once they've been touched by your energy, they can't go back to who they were before. They can't unsee what they've seen. They can't unknow what they know. The transformation is permanent. The activation can't be undone. There's no going back. So even if you have a hint of who this person is, and you may be able to tell who this person is by a change in their demeanor, by a shift in how they interact with you, by the way they look at you or don't look at you, by the way they seek you out or avoid you, it's almost like once a person looks into your eyes or they feel your energy, once they really feel what's underneath your physical appearance, once they connect with your essence, your spirit, your soul, there's a shift that happens in them, an irreversible change, a fundamental alteration in their consciousness. Usually you only affect people on that level if they're going to be a part of your life in some way, in some significant capacity, for some important reason. The universe doesn't waste your catalyst energy on random people who are just passing through, who are just background characters in your story. Your catalyst energy is reserved for people who matter, people who have a role to play, people who are meant to be part of your journey or you're meant to be part of theirs. Just by the way this energy is coming through, this masculine is definitely someone to you. They're not random. They're not inconsequential. They're not just another person. There's a reason they're having this reaction to you. There's a purpose to this connection. If you were to engage their energy, if you were to respond to their advances or allow this connection to unfold naturally, if you were to open that door, if you were to give them permission to come closer, this would be a high-level type of connection. This would be one of those relationships that changes everything, that becomes a marker in your life, a before and after, a dividing line between who you were and who you become, between one chapter and the next. But what's also interesting here is that when it comes to the third eye chakra connection, this is not normal. This is not common. This is rare. This is special. This is the type of energy where both of you can communicate with a simple look in the eyes, where words become almost unnecessary because so much information is being transferred on an energetic and spiritual level, where you can speak without speaking, where you can know without asking, where you can feel what the other person feels, where you can read each other's energy like an open book. This is what your person is experiencing right now in real time. You're singled out amongst the group. Their energy is automatically drawn towards you like a magnet, like iron filings to a magnet, like water flowing downhill. It's natural, effortless, inevitable. They can't help it. It's not conscious. It's not a choice. It's instinctual. It's spiritual. It's beyond their control. Also, with the third eye connection, there will be this deep knowing that you and your person will both be able to feel, though maybe at different times or to different degrees or with different levels of awareness. This is why they feel like they already know you, like they've known you before, like they've been searching for you, like they just know without needing explanation or proof or evidence. It's almost like the information or the confirmation comes to them in downloads and waves and sudden bursts of knowing, but they have to kind of let it unfold, let it reveal itself, let it come in its own timing. They don't really have all the details yet. They don't have the full picture. They're seeing pieces of a larger puzzle, and it's almost like every day they come in contact with you, every time they see you, every time they're near you, everything is unfolding day by day, layer by layer, revelation by revelation, piece by piece. Each interaction adds another piece to the puzzle, another brushstroke to the painting, another note to the symphony. So even though you may pick up on this person singling you out, watching your energy, admiring you, studying you, observing you, it's almost like you can understand why they're taking their time with you, why they're not rushing, why they're being careful. You can have compassion for their process, because you know that you're a portal, you know that you're a catalyst, and you know that your person's life is going to change completely once they fully engage with you, once they step through that doorway, once they commit to this connection. And maybe on some level, consciously or unconsciously, you're allowing them the space and time they need to prepare for that transformation, to build up their courage, to get themselves ready for what's coming, to strengthen themselves for the journey ahead. If you found value in this video and want to support Twin Soul Guidance, consider joining me on Patreon. The link is in the video description. You can also become a channel member on YouTube. Your support truly means the world. Now, the final message coming through is incredibly powerful, and I want to spend some time here because this is about the future, about what's coming, about where all of this is heading, about the unfolding that's about to accelerate. I'm seeing the number 555, and this is a major confirmation from the universe, from spirit, from the divine, from your guides and angels. There are some huge changes that are about to happen in your life, and also this masculine's life. These aren't small shifts. These aren't minor adjustments. These aren't subtle tweaks. These are significant, life-altering, transformative changes that will reshape both of your realities, that will change the landscape of your lives. I'm also getting that whatever energy they're experiencing behind the scenes right now, whatever they're going through, where they feel like you've wrecked their life or you've kind of turned everything upside down, and this is not in a negative way. This is not about destruction for the sake of destruction. This is not chaos for chaos' sake. This is just in a way where However they were living their lives before, their routine, their structure, their patterns, the way that they were thinking, the beliefs they held, the way that they viewed love or life or relationships or themselves or their purpose or their future has completely been turned upside down, has been revolutionized, has been transformed. I'm getting that this is only the beginning. This is just the opening act. This is just the preview. The disruptions they've experienced so far, as intense as they've been, are just the warm-up. I definitely feel like you and this person are going to get a little bit more acquainted, that the distance between you is going to close, that the universe is going to orchestrate more interactions, more opportunities for connection, more situations where you have to work together or be near each other or communicate. Because whatever is happening to them behind the scenes, whatever spiritual process they're going through, whatever transformation is unfolding in their life, it's almost like the universe is going to ramp the energy up, turn up the volume, increase the intensity, to make it completely obvious to both of you that there is something between you, something real, something significant, something that can't be ignored anymore, something that demands to be acknowledged. This could manifest in many different ways because the universe is incredibly creative in how it brings people together, in how it orchestrates divine timing, in how it creates the circumstances for soul connections to unfold. Maybe there's something that both of you are supposed to collaborate on, a project that requires both of your skills and talents, a task that needs both of your perspectives, something that forces you to work together closely. Maybe this is a person who is supposed to be a part of your journey at a specific chapter of your life, showing up at exactly the right time to help you with something or to learn something from you, appearing when you need them or when they need you. Maybe you're supposed to work together on something official. Maybe you're going to be assigned to the same team or committee or project or initiative. Maybe you're going to keep coincidentally running into each other in ways that make it clear this is not random, this is not chance, this is orchestration, this is divine design. Maybe you'll both show up at the same event you weren't planning to attend. Maybe you'll both take the same route you don't usually take. Maybe you'll both be thinking about each other at the same time. The synchronicities are going to become undeniable. But for a masculine to be feeling this about you just by being in your presence, just by looking in your eyes, just by observing you from afar, just by watching you exist in the world, that is extremely telling because the masculine is deeply connected to the physical realm. They're typically grounded in what they can see, touch, measure, and prove, in what's tangible and concrete and verifiable. There's a lot of physical energy around this connection, a lot of tangible chemistry and attraction, a lot of very real, very felt desire. But what this masculine is feeling is the merging of their intuition versus everything that they're completely sure of, the collision of logic and feeling, the meeting of mind and spirit. They're experiencing something that doesn't fit into their usual logical framework, something that can't be explained by reason alone, and that's expanding their consciousness, opening them up to new possibilities, stretching their understanding of what's real, of what's possible, of what exists beyond the material world. But with this 555 energy coming through so strongly, and let me tell you, when I see triple numbers like this, especially 555, which is one of the most powerful change numbers, I know something major is about to shift. I just keep getting that this is only the beginning. This is the first chapter. This is the introduction. The real story is about to unfold. This person is going to continue moving closer and closer to you, Divine Feminine. The gravitational pull is going to strengthen. The magnetic attraction is going to intensify. The universe is going to keep pushing you together, keep creating situations where you interact, keep amplifying this energy between you, keep making it more and more obvious that something is here, because there's something about you that they just know makes you important to their journey. They just know on a soul level that they have to get to know you deeper. They just know that there's something about you, something they can't quite name but can definitely feel, because the way that their energy is drawn to you is just not normal, is not typical, is not common. This could be a large group of people, a large professional setting with dozens or even hundreds of people, a massive community with countless members. So the fact that you're standing out, that you're being singled out by this person out of all these options, out of all these possibilities, is just rare to them. It's unusual, it's noteworthy, it's significant. This person may engage a lot of people on a daily basis. They may be social, outgoing, friendly with many people, popular, well-connected, someone who knows everyone. So the fact that you're the one person sticking out from the crowd, the one person that they can't stop thinking about, the one person that's activated something in them, the one person that's different from everyone else, is making them want to investigate. It's making them want to see who you are beyond the surface, beyond the mask, beyond the role you play. It's making them want to understand why you are affecting them on such a deep physical and emotional and spiritual level. And it really feels like they're not going to stop pursuing this, at least on an energetic level, at least in their mind, at least in their heart. This is why this 555 energy is coming out so strongly, so loudly, so insistently, because this person is manifesting this beginning with you, whether they realize it or not. They're manifesting having a deeper level of access to you, more time with you, more connection with you, more intimacy with you, more opportunity to know you. They're probably thinking about you constantly, daily, maybe hourly. They're probably sending you energy whether they realize it or not, whether consciously or unconsciously. They may be visualizing conversations with you, imagining scenarios with you, rehearsing what they might say, planning potential futures, dreaming about possibilities. But what they don't know, or what they're about to find out in a very real way, what they're about to discover through direct experience, is that you are a spiritual catalyst. So the more that they continue to manifest you, the more that they focus their energy and intention on you, the more that they think about you and envision connection with you, the more that their life is experiencing some type of upheaval, some type of reorganization, some type of transformation that might feel chaotic but is actually divinely orchestrated. Maybe this could be a path clearing for you to fit into their life. Maybe old relationships need to end so there's space for you. Maybe old patterns need to break so new ones can form. Maybe old beliefs need to be released so new truths can be embraced. Maybe they need to make space physically, move to a new place, change their living situation. Maybe emotionally heal old wounds, release past traumas, let go of people who don't serve them. Maybe mentally shift their thinking, question their assumptions, open their mind. Maybe spiritually awaken to new levels of consciousness, connect with their higher self, remember who they really are. But there's definitely a lot of spiritual energy around this person at this time, swirling around them, working on them, preparing them. Their guides are active, working overtime. Their higher self is communicating, sending messages, creating synchronicities. They're receiving downloads and messages, signs and confirmations, nudges and pushes. They know that it's coming from you, that you're somehow at the center of all this spiritual activity, that you're the catalyst for all this change. But I feel like they're about to receive a very powerful confirmation that everything that they're feeling is actually accurate and not just their imagination, not just wishful thinking, not just delusion. So if there's someone in your immediate environment that you're a little suspicious of as well, Divine Feminine, if there's someone you've been wondering about, someone who stands out to you, someone whose energy you've been noticing, someone who seems different from everyone else, trust that. Trust your intuition. Trust your knowing. Trust your gut. You're right. This person is admiring you. They have been watching you. You are in their line of vision. You are on their mind constantly. You are in their heart, whether they've admitted it to themselves or not. And the way this energy is coming through, they're definitely about to do something about it. They're building up to something. They're preparing to make a move. The energy is reaching a crescendo, a peak, a breaking point. Major changes are on the horizon for both of you, approaching fast, coming soon, about to arrive. And this connection is preparing to shift into something much more significant than what it appears to be right now, much more real, much more tangible, much more concrete. The 555 is telling you to prepare for transformation, to get ready for change, to open yourself to the new chapter that's about to begin, to say yes to the next level, to embrace the evolution that's coming. Things are about to get very interesting, very real, very intense. Get ready, Divine Feminine. Your life is about to change, and so is theirs. And it all starts with this connection, with this recognition, with this soul level knowing that you two are meant to know each other, to be part of each other's journey, to walk together for a while or maybe forever. Thank you all so much for being here and receiving this message. If you resonated with this reading, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Your support helps this community grow and allows me to continue bringing you these powerful messages. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, loves.